every year. Millions of people around the world set New Year's resolutions. We vow to eat healthier, exercise more, learn something new, or even just be kinder to ourselves. But have you ever wondered why? Why do we, year after year, make promises to ourselves that we might struggle to keep? And where did this tradition even come from? Well, it turns out, the habit of making New Year's resolutions goes way back, further than you might think. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, we're diving into the fascinating history of this timeless tradition, the psychology behind it, and how you can make your resolutions work this time. Believe it or not, the tradition of making New Year's resolutions isn't a modern phenomenon. It dates back thousands of years to ancient Babylon. That's right. Around 4,000 years ago, the Babylonians celebrated the New Year with a festival known as Akitu. During this festival, they made promises to the gods, pledging to pay off debts or return borrowed items. This was seen as a way of earning favor with the gods for the year ahead. Fast forward to ancient Rome, and we see the same theme: resolutions tied to spirituality. The Romans honored Janus, the god of beginnings and transitions, during the month of January, a time when people would reflect on the year past and make vows to improve themselves in the year to come. As time went on, these resolutions began to shift from being about appeasing gods to being more personal. The idea of self-improvement became a central theme, one that remains with us today. The concept of making resolutions evolved from a spiritual tradition to one of personal reflection and goal setting. And while the gods might have been the early motivators, now we're the ones deciding what we want to change and improve in our lives. But why is it that we make resolutions year after year, even if we don't always follow through? One word: psychology. You see, humans are hardwired to seek a fresh start. The new year represents a clean slate, a time when everything feels possible again. In psychology, this is known as the fresh start effect. Think about it. There's something about flipping the calendar to a new year that feels like the perfect moment to leave behind old habits and start anew. It's a psychological reset button. The new year brings a sense of renewal and hope, and when we set resolutions, we are activating that mental shift, telling ourselves that this time we will be better, healthier, more successful. Research has shown that people are more likely to start working on goals at the beginning of a new time period, whether it's a new year, a new month, or even a new week. That sense of newness creates motivation. It sparks that mental energy that propels us to take action. Now, let's talk about the social side of resolutions. Have you ever noticed how, around the new year, everyone seems to be talking about their resolutions? Social media floods with posts about fitness goals, travel dreams, and self-care routines. There's a real sense of community around making New Year's resolutions, and whether we like it or not, it can influence us to jump on the bandwagon. Humans are social creatures, and that means we are often influenced by the people around us. Seeing others set goals or succeed in their own resolutions can ignite a sense of shared purpose. Plus, the rise of social media amplifies this. When your feed is full of people striving for better health or tackling new skills, it can make you feel like you should be doing the same. It's like a collective push forward. But, as we'll see, there's a fine line between inspiration and pressure. It's easy to get caught up in what everyone else is doing and feel like we should be doing the same. Let's dig into another key reason why resolutions are so powerful: emotion. Resolutions aren't just about setting goals, they're deeply connected to our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. They represent our desire to grow, to become the best version of ourselves, and that emotional drive can be incredibly powerful. When we make resolutions, we're not just saying, "I want to lose weight," or "I want to save money." We're saying, "I want to feel healthier. I want to feel in control of my finances. I want to feel proud of the progress I'm making." These are emotional goals, goals that speak to our deeper desires for happiness, fulfillment, and success. It's this emotional connection that fuels motivation, but it also means that when we fail to meet a resolution, it can feel like we've let ourselves down emotionally. That's why resolutions are so powerful. They connect us to the deeper aspects of who we are and what we want to achieve. But here's the thing, many of us fail to keep our New Year's resolutions. It's a sad reality, but it's not because we don't care or don't try. The truth is, Change is hard, and the bigger the goal, the harder it can be to stay on track. Some resolutions fail because we set goals that are too ambitious. I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year is a great goal, but it's also huge. And when we don't see immediate progress, it's easy to get discouraged. Others fail because we don't have a clear plan or the right support system in place. But here's the good news. Failure doesn't mean the end of the journey. In fact, it's a natural part of the process. So if you've struggled to keep your resolutions in the past, you're definitely not alone. So how can we set resolutions that we actually stick to? First, be realistic. Instead of setting a goal like, I'm going to completely change my lifestyle, try breaking it down into smaller, achievable steps. For example, I'll walk 15 minutes a day, or I'll start meal prepping every Sunday. These smaller goals are more manageable, and hitting them can build momentum. Second, create accountability. Whether it's telling a friend or sharing your progress on social media, having someone to cheer you on can make all the difference. And finally, be kind to yourself. Progress is not linear. Celebrate the small wins along the way, and don't be too hard on yourself if things don't always go as planned. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. As we look to the future, let's remember that New Year's resolutions are not just about changing who we are, they're about embracing the potential for growth. They remind us that we have the power to shape our own lives and create a better version of ourselves, one step at a time. So whether you're making your first resolution or revisiting old ones, take heart. The journey of self-improvement is ongoing, and every effort you make brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Let this year be the year you turn your dreams into action, because, after all, the new year is the perfect time to begin again.